CSR is corporate social responsibility, and that is when organizations focus not only just on their own business, but how they impact the world and how the world impacts their business.
CSR is when companies take benevolent action to go beyond the requirements of their normal company duties. They look at the issues of the community and they reach out to do something to fix it.
A parable called The Tragedy of the Commons, that if everyone focused narrowly on their own self-interest, that it actually causes a breakdown in the broader interests of the community. And that's what corporate social responsibility is attempting to thwart, is to direct attention at the broader interest, because we all live within this community. This year's annual networking reception will look at how organizations can explore ways that they can address issues within our society.
So this year's A&R, we are having our keynote guest speaker, Grady Lee from the company Give to Get, come to speak to us about corporate social responsibility and HR's role in corporate social responsibility. Instead of just networking, we're going to be creating an event where we are doing our own give back.
So often organizations ask the question of why should we spend resources on corporate social responsibility? It's taking away from our bottom line. And I think there's two arguments for that. One is something called enlightened self-interest. If you take the short-term view, yes, there are expenses and costs associated with it. But if you take a look at a longer time frame and frame it within an enlightened self-interest. So it is in your self-interest to engage in corporate social responsibility, because it's going to have positive public relations for you. It's going to drive interest in your product or services and have a benefit ultimately to your bottom line. And third, it has the ability to attract people and improve your recruiting and efforts and your hiring efforts. Because people want to work for an organization that knows its mission and purpose, but also has a sensitivity to broader issues within the community.
There's a lot of ways that organizations can get involved in corporate social responsibility. For example, whether it's something small, just doing local volunteer hours, charity matching, charity donations, those are pretty simple ways that organizations can get involved. But also they can spread it further to kind of align with their business. HR can have a really positive impact on CSR. It can't just be a pet project for the HR team. It has to be really something that they value and that they see as a business strategy. And with that, they can create a business case for the initiative, really showing the boards, stakeholders, corporates, C-suites, just to really show that they have a strong business case and have a return on investment. Because at the end of the day, while investors want to do good in the environment, good in the world, they do want to see how it impacts their bottom line and make sure that they are creating a better impact on the company.
I believe HR's role is huge and determinative. First of all, they can impact decision makers at the highest level in the organization, and therefore they can bring this issue of corporate social responsibility to those decision makers. Second, they have the ability to reach across the entire organization and galvanize those resources and get people interested in whatever it is that the organizations decide to focus on.